Hey everyone, no subscriber here. Today I want to talk about Adulthood Rights by 𝓘𝓷𝓬𝓮𝓼𝓽. This book is the second book of the Xenogenesis trilogy. Years have passed since the first book. Humanity have returned to Earth at the end of the book, along with the alien 𝓘𝓚. They have since had children, but most of them are changed. They are no longer human. But for the first time after the Great War that ended most of humanity, Lilith gave birth to a very human-like male. The alien naively believed that the child will be loved even by the many people who stubbornly cling to their old ways, even though Lilith had her doubt. But we no longer follow the story through Lilith's perspective. We follow them through Akin actually, Lilith's son that we were just saying. Akin is the first and only male children after the war on Earth that looks human but is actually partly human and partly 𝓘𝓚. At first, Lilith and Akin in the village of Lo live happily. They even met Tino, a man that used to live in an anti-alien establishment who went away from his own city to find a home he can go to because he doesn't feel he belonged there. Tino was someone from an era before the war that almost destroyed humanity, which he have a lot of questions. Questions that the place he lived in doesn't have an answer for. How could they let insane people gain control of devices that could do so much harm? If you know a man was out of his mind, you restrain him. You didn't give him power. Akin eventually lived in the village with Lilith, Tino, and the aliens Nikans and Tichan, until one day a resistor group get a hold of him during an outing and managed to kidnap him. These resistors are mostly from the first group of humans that went to Earth in the first book. The people that the 𝓘𝓚 made sterile without them, they cannot accept the 𝓘𝓚. They call the 𝓘𝓚 worms because of their looks. And they are so anti-alien that when one of the kidnappers got so sick until they started bleeding in agony and died from ulcer, they refused to get the 𝓘𝓚's help even though the 𝓘𝓚 are fully capable of healing them. How stupid to be sick and know where there was healing and decided to stay sick. Akin will go on through different environments throughout the book. He was born and raised in a village where human and 𝓘𝓚 live together. He got kidnapped and then lived only among humans. He was rescued back to the mixed village again, then he'll spend a year only with 𝓘𝓚 before his adulthood. His experiences with them makes him understand more about the differences between the groups and what each wants. 𝓘𝓚 crave difference. Humans persecute their different ones, yet they need them to give themselves definition and status. 𝓘𝓚 seeks difference and collect it. They need it to keep themselves from stagnation and over-specialization. Also, the 𝓘𝓚 rebuilt parts of Earth to help save what's left of it, but for the human it seemed to become a crutch for the people who cannot move on. All the things that reminds them of the past, stake, truck, building, cities, countries, become something they cling to as their identity. To make it worse for humanity, at some point in the book, some of the humans started killing and raiding each other instead of rebuilding. Because of this, the people that want to rebuild cannot rebuild since they become too busy fighting back. Escalation of violence. That's what humans are too, don't forget. People who poison each other, then disclaim of responsibility. In a way, that's how the war happened. This book is definitely a better read than the first one. The characters' writing are subtle and doesn't follow the usual tropes, playful, etc. But they are written well enough that you should be able to tell them apart. But with that said, it is necessary to read the first book first before reading this one. The war and the character won't make sense if you read this without having read them. Even some of the concepts established in the first book, like the human contradiction for example, is explored further here since the story here is on Earth, a more fitting setting for it. The human contradiction held them intelligence at the service of hierarchical behavior. They were not free. According to the 𝓘𝓚, it is the main cause of the war and the reason humanity will destroy itself. The illogical one of people to dominate despite their intelligence knowing it doesn't matter that much, but for no reason, just because people still seek it. The war was an insanity he had never understood, and no one in Phoenix had been able to explain it to him. At least, no one had been able to give him a reason why people who had excellent reason to suppose they would destroy themselves if they did a certain thing, choose to do that thing anyway. He thought he understood anger, hatred, humiliation, even the desire to kill a man. He had felt all those things, but to kill everyone, almost to kill the earth. So Akin, as someone with his unique experiences in both places as both human and alien, You'll have to be the person who bridges both parties of humanity. So both the people that doesn't mind letting go of their past and the people that doesn't want their identity as human to be taken away can find a way to move forward together. I think it's a really interesting book. That's about it.